Welcome! In this guide, I'll show you how to use HomeGauge Android Companion for HouseMaster, allowing you to quickly and easily fill out reports on site and keeping your at-home reporting to a minimum. Let's start with the best workflow for setting up your report and using the Companion app. Ideally, you'll complete this process the night before your inspection. That way, your report is ready to go on your mobile device the next morning. First, open your HouseMaster HomeGauge desktop software and download your appointments for the next day. Click Internet Services, download ISN appointments, and select the ones to download. Once downloaded, click the Open folder. Then select the report to open it. Here, you select your template. This is a crucial step to ensure a smooth workflow and prevent template lock issues. Next, this is a good time to fill out any property details that are available online from the MLS listing. This saves time on site, as listings often include some of your style and material information. Then finally, you just click Save. If the Save icon isn't blue, that means AutoSave has already done the work for you. Now, it's time to send the report to the cloud. Click Internet Services, Send Report to Cloud, select the report, and click Transfer. If you have multiple reports, open each one and repeat the steps before transferring. Next, open the HomeGauge Companion HouseMaster app on your Android device. Make sure you're logged into your account by tapping the three dots at the top right, then HT Services, inspect your username and password, enter your information, and then check the box to always remember. Next, you'll tap Get Cloud Report, then tap to select the reports for the day and download them. Now your reports are ready to go for your inspections tomorrow. Now let's go over how to use the app on site to complete your inspection. The app works offline by default, and you can do practically everything from the app with a few exceptions. You can't do a print preview or publish the final report directly from the app, and there's no template editing. First, tap Open Report and select the report from the list. It will open the Customer Info section, allowing you to verify that you're in the correct report before proceeding. To navigate to the report, tap the three-line menu at the top left. You can skip the customer and report info sections since they're already filled out. The miscellaneous section includes forms, inspector info, and appointment details, and radon. We'll cover these extras at the end. Next, tap the three-line menu up at the top left, and then choose General Info. Scroll down to the bottom and tap Cover Pictures to add your cover photos or videos. Tap the camera icon to take a photo, then tap the check mark to confirm. If you took photos outside of the Companion app using your device's camera, tap here and add them from your gallery. Adding videos is just as easy. Use this icon to record a video and this one to upload videos from your device's gallery. If you've taken multiple cover photos, use the arrows to navigate through them. You can also tap the three-dot menu to delete or reorder the photos. Below each photo, there's a spot for a label. If you need to annotate or rotate an image, tap here. We'll cover this in more detail later on since cover photos don't typically need annotations. Lastly, it's best practice to take photos horizontally for the best display in your report. To exit this screen and go back, use the arrow at the bottom. Now, let's fill out the General Info section. Tap on an item, then tap the three dots in this box right here for your selection options. Choose what you need. If you want to add more, simply tap the three dots again. To manually enter text, just tap right here on the line, and your keyboard will appear so you can key in anything you like. If you need to flag or exclude or include an item, you can just tap on the item and hold it a little extra and a menu will appear. You can also tap on the item and hit the three dots in the top right corner. The first two options are going to be to flag or exclude. You'll also get other menu options. The main one would be Save Report. It is best practice to tap Save Report before closing out of the app and taking a phone call or navigating the web or doing something outside of the app. The companion does autosave at certain intervals. Next, we'll cover adjusting components, whether you need to exclude sections or create duplicates. Tap Components. To exclude or include a section, simply tap and hold a little longer. You'll see an option to exclude or include it. From that menu, if you need a duplicate section, tap Duplicate. You can either type in a custom name or use the drop-down menu to select from preloaded names, like Master Bathroom. If another duplication is needed, just repeat the process. The three-dot menu provides the same options. You can also rename and rearrange. Now let's tap the three-line menu at the top left and go over how to add photos, comments, and styles and materials into the report. For this example, we'll go into Interior Elements. Here you'll see a list of inspection items. Swipe left once to access the Styles and Materials section. Swipe left again for the Overview section. Swipe left one more time for the Supplemental Info. Let's swipe back to the Overview section. It's best practice to skip the section intro and footer, as it rarely needs edits. If adjustments are needed, it's easier to do them on your desktop software later on. Now, tap Section Pictures at the bottom to add overview photos, such as complimentary photos of each room. The photo icons work the same as before. Tap the camera icon to take a photo, tap here to upload from your gallery, and then tap here to add a video. I'll add a few room photos for my example from the gallery. You can also add labels below each photo. You can tap the magic wand to insert preloaded labels from your template, tap the arrow to navigate through multiple photos, tap the three-dot menu to delete or reorder your images. Now let's swipe over to Styles and Material and fill that out. You'll see the Style and Material item name at the top with all the available options below. Simply tap on the options that apply. If the property you're inspecting has something unique that isn't listed, the best practice is to tap the three-dot menu and add a flag to that item for follow-up. You can later search in your desktop software for Find Flagged Items. To move to the next Style and Material, tap the arrow. If you want to jump to specific items or view the full list of styles and materials, tap the drop-down arrow. As you complete each section, a check mark will appear. Excluded items will also be marked as completed. To exclude or include an item, go to that style and material and tap the three-dot menu. Now let's swipe over one more time to the inspection items. You can tap any column header to select it. If you need to flag an item, tap and hold the item name. A flag will appear. To remove a flag, simply do the same. Now let's go into an item to add comments and images. For my example, I'll go into Ceiling, so I'll tap the arrow. At the top corner, you'll see a suitcase icon. Tapping this opens the CYA information for that item. This is a great reference for new inspectors, and you can also customize what's shown here in your template. You'll also see here we're on item 1 of 1. This large box is where comments will appear once added. To add a comment, just tap the box. You have some options here. You can add a comment from your auto comment list by tapping here. Just select the comment and choose Insert as one comment. You can also tap multiple comments and then choose to insert as one, or you can choose to insert each of those comments as itemized comments. To add images to go with the comment, tap the camera icon. To add a video, tap this icon. Here you have a zoom to get a closer look. Up here you have some options. The torch light will turn on a flashlight for better visibility. Here are your flash settings. This is your aspect ratio. And you have the rapid photo mode. You can take multiple pictures quickly. Just snap several shots, then tap the check mark to add them all. Your photos won't appear in the comment box, but you can see how many are attached by checking this number. To view the photos or videos you took for that item, or to annotate the photos, tap here. Add a picture label here for quick reference of a location. Tap the pencil icon to mark up the images. Add lines, arrows, text, or even free draw as needed. Tap Reset to undo any changes. When finished, don't forget to click Save. Next, click the back arrow at the bottom. If you need to itemize and add more images or a comment for a separate issue, but it falls within the same inspection item, you can do two things. You can itemize with the comment first. Tap the three-dot menu and select Itemize. Here you can add your comment or your picture like we already went over. The other way to itemize is with the camera first. If you tap this icon, the camera that has an eye for itemize, it will create a new item when you're taking the photo. I'll itemize with a picture here. Now you'll see up at the top it says item 2 of 2. There's no comment there. And then at the bottom, it shows that item 2 of 2 has one photo. You can either choose to add your comment now, or maybe your agent or your buyer are chatting with you and you don't have time to add the comment. You can always skip that part and add it later. I'll tap in the middle here to add my comment. And again, I get those choices. I can add my auto comment from my list. I can edit the comment. If I tap that, it opens up a clear space for me to type in a comment. I can also use the voice to text option on my device. I can tap the microphone icon down here and just talk into my device the comment that I want. I'll go back one more time to access that menu for adding a comment to go over a few other things. Here it says add auto comment to new itemized item. That is just another way to itemize with a comment. Down here where it says edit, comment, and speak, if you tap that, it automatically will pull up your voice to text option. There's a quick option to replace smart text if your comment is using smart text. There's some options here to move around your itemizations. And at the bottom, there's the insert pass and insert fail stamp if you're doing a reinspection. All right, just a few last things on this screen before we finish this up. Down here where it says summary, you can tap summary and then select the summary that applies. Over to the right where it says recording, you can add a voice recording for yourself. This will not be in the report. It's more for your own knowledge. So if you're in a certain item and you need to send yourself a little memo, you can do that. Just tap recordings. Here you would hit record, speak, and then hit stop. So now I have a recording. I'll hit the back arrow there and you'll see it says recordings 1. That will be visible in the desktop software and you can search for recordings using the Find All Recordings search feature, and whoever is at the desktop can play it back and listen to what you said. Again, this will not be in the report and the customer or the agent will not hear this note. All right, congrats! You have completed the inspection on site, and here's how you wrap things up. It's best to do a final check before leaving the home. Do this while you're still at the property before driving away. Tap the 3 lines menu at the top and then scroll to the bottom and tap First Unanswered. Here you have different options to search. The main one I would suggest would be First Style and Material. Tap Find and it will scan through your report and bring you to any missing style and material information. You can fill that out and then move on to the next one. If you prefer, you can use the other find options as well. You can find flagged items, voice memos, or you can go through the whole report and find unanswered. Another way to wrap things up at the end of your inspection, if your buyer or agent are at the property with you, you can review the summary items with them. Tap the 3-line menu up at the top left and then scroll all the way to the bottom. Tap Summary and it will pull up all the photos in your summary. And if you swipe from right to left, It will pull up the next photo in order for you, and you can review that with your client. So now that you're done, you'll want to save the report by tapping the three dots at the top right corner. Hit Save Report. Yes, there is an autosave that saves at intervals, but it's best practice to hit Save Report anyways. Now go back up to the menu and do HG Services, and then choose Send Report to Cloud. You do need a data or Wi-Fi connection in order to send the report to the cloud. If you can, it's best practice to send the report to the cloud before you head out, mainly because you never know what's going to happen next. I can't tell you how many times somebody's called into tech support saying they left their phone on top of their car and it flew off into the road. If you've sent your report to the cloud, at least you don't have to go back to the house to re-inspect. All right, now let's pull up the desktop software and download your report from the cloud. Go to Internet Services and select Get Report from Cloud. Choose the report you want to download. Double check the source, date, and time to ensure it's the version from the companion app. It will likely be at the top of the list. In most cases, you'll want to replace the original version of the report with the new completed version from your companion. Click Yes to replace. If you work in teams or merge reports, choose No to create a copy. Click Open to select the report. This is your time for your final review, editing, and publishing. For best practices during the final review, go to the top and choose Find Unanswered to locate any incomplete sections and address them. Use the Edit All Photos. This allows you to quickly go through all your photos, add annotations, labels, edits, or comments if you need to, but most of the time you're going to get it all done on site. Once everything looks good, you can upload your report, check your print preview, and then do the final upload like you normally would, and you're all set. All right, a few last things that I want to bring to your awareness with Companion App. If you go to the three dots at the top right corner, there's the More options. In here, a few key things to point out. If you go to Auto Save and Backup, it's great to keep this at 2 minutes and then 5 backup copies. So every 2 minutes, the app will do an auto save. If you go back into More, you'll see an option for report size. If you ever need to know how large your report is, you can tap there. Background color, you can change it to a light background, so it might be better to view when you're outside or inside, whether it be light or dark background. And then lastly is the photo options. So if you tap photo options, you can change the size of the photo. You can choose if you want to use the built-in HomeGauge camera app or if you want to use the multi-snap feature. The last part is if you want photos to be automatically backed up in your device's gallery, you can unselect that there if you like. I'm going to go back one, go back to the three dots, and I'll click HG Services. In the HG Service menu, you should know about Get Templates and Settings from Cloud. That can be useful if you send your template to the cloud. If you plan on starting reports from scratch on your device, you'll want to send your template to the cloud and click Get Templates and Settings from Cloud. It's not best practice to start your report from scratch on the device though. Follow the steps to start it in your software first. We do recommend you transfer your template to the device just in case something happens and you need to start your report from scratch. Download appointments, that is available as well. You can download appointments directly to the app, although it is not best practice. But stuff happens and sometimes you're not prepared with the report on your device and you might need to download appointments directly to your device. All right, well, that about wraps it up for how to use HomeGauge Companion for HouseMaster. And be sure to click the link in the video description below if you want to learn how to do forms like NPMA forms in the Companion. Take care.